demonstrated with Dimitrenko, and what do you have to say? Do you reiterate those comments?
I've seen him be a little annoyed this week, which is unusual for Joe. He usually, things like that, it's usually water off the duck's back, but I think he took it a little bit personal. You know, the Carlos Takam fight was a fight that he was very proud with the result. Everybody knows that he won the Takam fight, including Takam's team. So for Dimitrenko to come here to New Zealand and disrespect Joe like that, it's got under his skin a little bit. And, you know, personally, I've seen and heard all that before. But, you know, Joe, it sort of surprised me. It's upset him a little.
Have you seen him like this before?
Not really. You know, he's, like I said, usually things like that he just discards. But, you know, this fight means a lot to him. We all know now the target on Joe's back is bigger than it's ever been. We have a lot of pressure on us every single time we enter the ring. And, you know, it's widely known that the last couple of performances I haven't been 100% happy with. This training camp has been a very good training camp. I'm very happy with where Joe is at. I'm very confident with what he's been showing me. We've got 93 rounds of sparring in against very big men. You know, you heard Joe say before, it's the biggest team of guys that he sparred against. I brought a 6'9" former kickboxer who's undefeated as a professional boxer, a 6'8" Romanian who's had 350 amateur fights and 20 professional fights, and a 6'6" fighter who throws over 75 punches around, who I bring in at the end of the sparring session when both Joe and Isu start getting tired, and he throws 75 to 100 punches around at them. So we've had a very good mix. Out of the 93 rounds of sparring that we had this particular training camp, Joe sparred 10 rounds on 6 different occasions. So the preparation's been very good.
You mentioned weight training before. Is the
power
better than ever?
I'm very happy with the results that we've been getting from that. And it's something that, you know, in the past we've focused a lot more on conditioning. Less on conditioning this time, more rounds of sparring, and we've increased we've started serious weight training.
You were doing body weight training a lot before, weren't you?
Yeah, we were, you know, using his own body weight. We've always done that for size and strength. But, you know, with the weight training, both Joe and Isu have been very happy. They've seen good results. They've seen a good increase in strength throughout the training camp. And, you know, what makes them happy makes me very happy.
Why did you leave it out before but use it this time?
Why have we?
Yeah, why did you not use it?
Because, you know, the focus has been on other things. You know, and like, we're always introducing new things, we're always mixing and changing things with our training schedule. And this is something that we've changed this particular camp.
Because the big fight is getting closer, have you noticed a lift in intensity or focus in Joseph?
Well, you know, if there wasn't a lift in intensity, you know, I'd be concerned. You know, we're very close to a historic fight, a life-changing fight for Joe. And to have done this in a little over 3.5 years is pretty damn special and very impressive. So yeah, look, now that this is a reality, and the fact that, you know, there is still a chance that next Monday when they make the release of who the opponent is, it very well still could be Joseph Parker for the November fight. So, you know, when you've got those things hanging over your head, it does lift his game. It makes things a little bit more intense. It makes him bounce out of bed a little quicker in the morning and get over the bumps and bruises and soreness of the training schedules. But yeah, I have seen a big change.
Can you talk about the progression of his ability to fight against all the guys in Big Reach through the training camp and where you improved the most? Yeah,
well, obviously, you know, when you set a game plan in place and you're working with guys 6'9" and 6'8", first couple of weeks are a bit of a challenge. But now, you know, the game plan we've put in place for this fight, Joe's been implementing it very well. And I've seen a marked improvement in Joe's head movement. And this is something that, you know, for this fight, and moving forward is going to be very, very important. I'm very, very pleased with his defensive patterns, and you know, there's a lot of things that have been good about this camp.
What kind of drills do you do to improve head movement? What do you get him to do?
Well, you know, obviously there's a lot of drills we do in the ring, but it's head and hand movement. It's a combination of showing one thing, letting your opponent know that you're coming in when you're not, and also, you know, what I do when I'm doing the skill work, both myself and my son Tay, when we're doing the skill work with Joe Annie's. You know, there's a lot of punches being thrown, and so after he finishes his combinations, you know, there's a series of head movements.
You're obviously in a new environment for training.
Yes.
Does that take much adjustment?
No, not at all. And you know, this is a really nice spot here at the rec room, and we're happy to be hiring. And it's a lot closer for us to the hotel where we stay. So no, it's been fine. You know, most of our hard work has been done in Vegas. Now we're just tapering off. The guys have worked 18 to 20 rounds of training the last 3 days. They're running in the morning at 6, they're stretching at night. Spirits are good, health is good.
Given you see, given Dimitrenko's comments, Joseph's been a bit angry this week. Have you felt that?
Yeah, look, he is, and hopefully you guys are going to stay around today and watch him hit the bag and hit some pads. He's punching with a lot of purpose at the moment and a lot of power, far more than I've seen especially in the last fight. You know, this is a big guy, and the bottom line is this: if we can't close the distance with Alexander Dimitrenko, then Joe can't win the fight. So it's going to be very, very important that what we've worked on, that he gets right, because if we don't get it right, we risk losing everything that we've achieved in the last 3.5 years. And if we can't get it right against Dimitrenko, you know, there is no way we're going to be able to compete with the fighters ahead of us.